Joining us now, House Homeland Security Committee Chairman who sits on the House Freedom Caucus, Tennessee Congressman Mark Green. Our very own Chad Pergram just telling us this, that House Speaker Johnson proposes that the House consider 3 separate foreign aid bills, one each for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. How do you see this moving forward, Congressman?
Well, I think the House is going to do what the House wants to do, and that's separate bills. We want this voted on each individually, and we're going to send them to the White House. And if the White House wants to veto a aid bill to Israel in the midst of an attack from Iran, well, that tells you exactly where Joe Biden is. But it's the best way to handle this. Let people vote their districts. That's the whole point of Congress, having 435 members. When you rope everything together, you tie people's hands. We need to let each member vote their district on each of these separate issues. If he wants to veto it, I mean, that's Joe Biden. He's the one who backed off on Israel, support of Israel over the last several weeks, and that's why Iran did this anyway. So who knows what he'll do.
Congressman, what happened to the idea that there wasn't going to be funding for Ukraine and Israel unless we had border security? It seems like border security is off the table. Joe Biden won on that with House Republicans, and now you're just going to send potentially aid to our allies without securing our own southern border.
Yeah, we had a bill over in the Senate that was not a good solution. Here in the House, we sent H.R. 2 to the Senate. It is an excellent bill on border security, and they've refused to even pick it up. Chuck Schumer won't do anything with it.
Why don't you include these all together? I mean, there should be one package. You can't secure other countries unless you secure your own. If you separate them,
I couldn't agree more with you,
the Senate's not going to take it up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The Senate isn't going to take it up. I mean, we would be more than happy to send border security first and let them, vote on it, but they're not going to do it. So.
Can I quickly ask you a question before we move on to the impeachment of Mayorkas? The House of Representatives 342 to 69 passed last November the Stop Harboring Iranian Petroleum bill that would, in essence, try to go after China and the refineries there that are buying Iranian oil. Iran exported 1.8 million barrels a day last month. That was up about 25% from February. Why hasn't the Senate taken that up?
I don't understand. It's like the Democrats can't determine a good person from a bad person. They want to street criminals in the United States and vilify cops. They want to, basically run away in Afghanistan. They want to make friends with Iran and give billions of dollars to, get a few hostages back. They're even ponying up to Maduro to get oil out of Venezuela. Look, they don't know a good person from a bad person, a good country from a bad country. We need to renew our ties with Saudi Arabia. Yep. I mean, they have basically stiff-armed Saudi Arabia, and we need Saudi Arabia in this balance of power with Iran. But they don't get it. They don't know a good country from a bad country.
They don't get it. Yeah, let's continue to talk a little bit more about the southern border, where we've seen 1.3 million migrant encounters in just the last 6 months. 1.3 million. This afternoon, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, signed the articles of impeachment against Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. They'll be sent over to the Senate tomorrow. The Speaker also has a direct message for Senator Chuck Schumer posting, quote, "Hold a public trial." So I know you're not in the business of trying to ascertain what the Senate's going to do, Congressman. I never could when I was in Congress. But what's going to happen here? Are we going to have a trial? Are we going to get all the facts out on Mayorkas in a public trial in the Senate about what he's done or not done on the southern border?
Well, I don't think Chuck Schumer wants us playing out what's happened at the southern border in real time on national television. So my guess, you're asking me to make a prediction, my guess is they'll probably do nothing with it, maybe table it or something like that. But what the American people deserve is a trial. The United States House of Representatives have impeached the first sitting cabinet secretary in the history of this country. And we ought to hear the case, present the case to the American people, present it to the Senate, and have them vote. That's what the Constitution says should happen. Hopefully he'll do that. But you asked for a prediction, and my prediction is they want this buried.
That is too bad. Congressman Mark Green, thanks for being with us. Shedding some light on the issues of the day. We appreciate it.
Anti-Israel protesters mobbing